Hello, everybody. Welcome to back to another episode this week of Happy Accidents. I'm your host here, your artist, your handsome, sweet, loving, and you know the rest. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Sorry, I'm in a bit of a good mood today. Actually excited and a little shaken. I'll get to that in a minute, but why? But this week, guys, we're going to be drawing The Crow since they just dropped. I wanted to do it since last week. They dropped the trailer for I guess the remake, and I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, I have different thoughts about it. I'll get into that later, but without further ado, let's get started, guys. So I'm just gonna get right into it. We can talk about everything going on. So let's see, I'm just gonna get right into. Okay, sorry, guys. Doesn't. I guess just maybe I close it up in it. Close up to it. Anyway, let's just gonna start drawing. I got a little bit of a cool pose. If you guys, I'll get into the character right now as I'm drawing. If you guys aren't familiar, the crow is hold on, let me have my information. If you guys don't know, he was created by I have his name. Sorry, I always forget. James O'Barr. And I was already familiar with the story, guys. That's kind of what inspired me for my character because if you guys aren't familiar with the story, James O'Barr wrote this story because he lost his, I guess his girlfriend of his wife, just his girlfriend, to a drunk driver. So he kind of wrote this story to kind of deal with that, just a coping mechanism like all us artists do. I mean, if you ever talk to most artists, guys, we've all kind of lost something. Even I have, a certain someone that I don't really speak about, you know, and it kind of source of my inspiration. But maybe that's a story for another time, guys. Someone, a girl. It's always a girl, guys. So anyway, the story goes. He wrote the story. Just kind of interesting character. I never really read the comics too much. I've been familiar with the character, and of course, everyone knows the Brandon Lee movie. We all know the original, the one that came out where he died. Very tragic. Bruce Lee's son. If you guys are, for you young kids don't understand, they made this into a movie starring Brandon Lee. Sorry, God, I suck with names. Brandon Lee, who is the son. I'm not sure the only son, but the son of the late great Bruce Lee, who's a martial art, the martial art. In fact, I'm still kind of pissed that he beat Chuck Norris, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, so he gets killed on set by a prop gun, and I believe the movie, I believe it was Paramount, and then it was sold to Miramax. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've seen it. I gotta watch it again, guys. I mean, it's such a great movie. Um, you know, and I guess in the comic book, I think there's been different versions. Let me look real quick if it's still. I'm everyone's familiar with the story that he was Eric Draven. I think he's the main one. 'Cause there have been other movies, but I think Eric Draven has been the only pro in the comic book series. Let me see. I just want to double check, see if there's like any. I think it's been the same guy, Eric, main character. He was shot. Yeah. Um, I don't remember the comic books, guys. You gotta forgive me on this because I didn't grow up with these ones because I just didn't have this kind of stuff as a kid. I had the movie. I was more watching TV and the movies, so that was just kind of my. I don't remember, but in the movie he's a rock star or like a former rock star, so or something. Not a rock star, but like he's a rocker. Uh, sorry, I'm bad with my information. He was just a musician. I don't know how famous he was, but he's probably like not as known. Probably just because trust me, if he was a well-known musician in the movie, he would have been you know his story would have been all over the news and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I just thought I'd give you some background on the character and the movie itself because the movie is just as iconic as the comic book. It's a little bit different, you know. But yeah, I mean, just a phenomenal character movie, and of course, tragic as he passed. But like I said, I think they did him justice. They. But the problem is, guys, as far as the remake is coming, I mean, with remakes these days in general, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a way to get people talking about the original. That little smile. And he gets a smile, I guess, from a mask that he found in his apartment. I think it was his girlfriend's or something like that, but I'll do them eye makeup later, guys. Don't worry about that. And the hair. I'm just kind of getting in the, just the base of it. You know? Remember, guys, hair. He has stringy hair, so very stringy. Kind of like Heath Ledger as Joker. Very similar to that. So if you guys are, just to kind of paint a picture of you guys, very stringy. He's a rock star, so he has long hair. Just do a little. Some stringy, but try to keep it all very grouped together, guys. Remember, because hair, I told you, is very grouped together. Otherwise, it's going to look too stringy. So, very wavy. I love this kind of hair, guys. This is the best kind of hair to ever draw. Like, try to, if you're, guys, get a word of advice, if you ever try to draw characters, like, with their face or something like that, without a mask, always draw with, like, something like, with some kind of hair. Like, wavy hair is always... It's funny, guys. I have wavy hair. I cut my hair short. A lot of people don't know that I cut my hair short. If I were to let it grow out, it'd be wavy, and it's such a pain in the ass to maintain. That's why I don't like to do it. But I swear to God, if you guys, if you, I'm gonna move this up. If you guys ever, I hate wavy hair in real life, but I love it as a comic. Move this because I love it as a comic thing. Because I love anything, guys, that can sway in the wind. You know. So I'm always drawing characters perched on a roof for some reason, you know. Not too bad, guys. Most of this is just is going to be in the drawing later, guys. So I'm just going to kind of get to it. So let's just I just hope I don't ruin, because I'm sticking with Eric Draven, and believe it or not, guys, I forgot which one. I believe it was Salvation. That's one I'm more familiar, and that was with Edward Furlong, who played the Crow. I'm not sure if he wasn't Eric Draven, I don't think, but I think he was just a different guy. But yeah. Trying to get... I'm mainly just going for the character itself. I mean, I'm going with the Brandon Lee version just because... I mean, it's Brandon Lee. So. But mainly, it's virtually the same thing. The overall look. I mean, this comic book exists in the very nature of like heavy metal, darkness, and horror, and just kind of it's kind of hard to explain, guys. I mean, if you guys get the idea of it, you know what I'm talking about. It just kind of exists in. When you think of the Crow, long trench coat, heavy metal, guitar, rock star, that's kind of where I exist, guys. I mean, my comic book is a very dark comic book, guys. It's not drawn that way, but it's much darker theme than that. So, and that's kind of where I kind of exist. I don't look at guys. If you guys were to see me, you'd think he's a regular guy, but my mind is, that's why I kind of sympathize with this comics. I mean, everyone has their own little personal take on it, but this is kind of where I lie. That's why it kind of attracted me to stories like, because I've always been attracted. It's funny, in the beginning I was attracted to like Punisher. Oh no, Captain America, and but I've always kind of existed with Punisher, Batman. More darker anti-heroes. Guys like this, because I just don't believe in. Well, unfortunately, my years in real life, I've come to actually, guys, if you ever watch, you guys got to watch Punisher Warzone, because that kind of changed my outlook on things. Because I used to, as a kid, I hate criminals. I hated criminals. I hated anybody who associated with criminals, and I just wanted them gone. I can't say it on YouTube. I don't want to be implementing threats, but that's just how I felt. So I used to, like, that's why I liked, I grew up with action stories, guys. Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he just blow the guys away, didn't ask any questions, So that's kind of where I kind of thrived in stories like that, like Predator and action stories, because Die Hard, you didn't have to arrest the guy, you just did away with him. It was easy, less paperwork, and But like, if you guys back to Punisher Warzone, if you guys actually go back and watch that, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene where basically Punisher kills somebody who was innocent. I won't say where, but like I have to say this for the sake of story, but this movie's been out for a long time anyway. But if you've watched the movie, you'll see that he killed somebody who was innocent, who wasn't a criminal, but just portraying one as, and it was just one of the things that made me realize, yeah, sometimes innocent people, even ones, get caught in the middle too. So, but not too bad. Didn't really just maybe if Punisher, if Frank Castle knew there was something going on, obviously he didn't know, but still, he had to deal with the guilt of killing an innocent man. So things aren't always as black and white, but for the most part they are. I mean, I truly think anybody who does anything wrong in this world, just I mean, we have a lot of it going on, guys. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I know this is a channel. Like I'm trying not to be too much of a negative Nancy on this, but I feel like it fits the theme of the, and that's kind of where the crow kind of exists. So anyway, back to what if you guys are about the hair, just kind of keeping it together. So just keep it somewhat straight. Keep it thick, guys, for right now. Like see, I have big waves, and then you fill in the color and shading later, and then you can add little strings to the end to kind of make it. So try to keep the hair all together. Actually, coming out pretty good. Remember, guys, don't this is just a series I do for quick series. This is just a quick series. I always I'm still working on other things and other videos where I can do longer stuff, and I apologize, guys. Just understand that I'm very it takes me a long time to do a lot of stuff. So, in fact, there's a lesson I wanted to teach and or kind of go over, guys. If you're the kind of person who does things quickly, that's good. If you're able to see, I'm not like one of those guys. I learned this from if you guys watched a video on Todd McFarlane, he was talking about this about and he mentioned ball jugglers and how he's the kind of guy that if like let's say he knows his max of balls he can juggle. So like let's say he can juggle five balls, right? So if something else comes up, a project or something like that, another ball comes up like a sixth one, he knows he has to put down one ball to be able to do the other one, right? So it's kind of a good analogy. So lining of the clothes. If you guys have a project or something you're working on, it's okay to put one thing down and focus on that if you need to or whatever you got to do. But know your limits, guys. Know that and it's not because let me tell you, it's not because like you want to you're not good at it. I always tell you that's why I'm kind of I teach art this way because you want to be as fast as you can. But if you guys look, my work isn't as strong because I'm always doing something a little quickly. So that's just me. Don't take this is just like quick lessons. But if anything you guys can get from these lessons is that the amount of work you put in just always depends on. So the more work you put in, but also it sucks, and I know I'm kind of going back and forth because guys, it can also be something of a downer because like let's say you're inking a piece, right? In fact, you can actually there is a thing such as over inking. So too much work. I know it's confusing, guys, but it's a fine line between over inking and I'm talking about anything in life, inking, drawing. You can always over. You got to know your limits a little. You kind of have to feel out the situation because it's not always like I said, it's not always in black and white. So and you can ruin a pup. But then again, like I said, maybe if that's what you're going for, it's not always ruined. You know, maybe that's what you were going for. That's okay. Balls. But if it's what you want, then it's what you want. Then don't worry about it. But if, like I said, if always know when to put that last ball down. There's no shame in it because I'm always getting pressure from other people to pressure me, and that's fine. Pressure is always good, guys. It keeps you on top, but don't let it ruin your good work because some people they don't know where you're coming from. So not too bad. And we'll do a little rain. I'll do a little bit of rain at the end. Still, hope my mic is still going. I didn't check it all, but yeah, it's not too bad. Shut this off, and we'll get some details. So let's get the little. I'm gonna fix the eye. I think his eye is a little too high. Oops. But anyway, guys, the point is that just don't overthink everything. Is what I'm saying. Like I do. I mean, I'm too far gone on that. I'm an overthinker, guys. I'm sorry, but that's just me. You don't have to fall down that path. Oh, let's save this bad boy. Yeah, you always get to. I always tell everyone you get to see the file from the last project because I'm pretty much just going from pro. Well, the pro. Raven is his name. Here. Perfect. Oh, excuse me, guys. And let's get some. He puts the makeup on. Doesn't have a mask, and his powers, I guess, is just. I'm not sure if he has super strength, but I've never really seen it. Like, don't quote me on that, if you guys. But he has basically bulletproof mostly, and he can't really die. Yeah, unless you kill the crow. So his weakness is the crow. If you kill the crow, then you kill. I believe that's what. Let's see, we can just add a little bit. He puts black makeup on. Keep a little shine for the mouth, guys. A little bit of because it's the same thing with women. I've taught you with keep a little bit. I'm gonna change it in a minute, but find where I need to put the let's put. I'll do the lips later, guys. Just leave it as is for right now, then come back to. You can add details. Just leave it like that for right now. Doesn't look too bad already, but if you want to just leave it like that, it's fine. But add a little bit of shadow. Remember, guys, always shadow underneath the neck. I've always stressed that. But I like dark stories. I think these are more relatable, guys, because we're all kind of in our tragicness, and it sucks. I know, but these things, because I'm always telling people, especially people who have tragic stories to tell, guys, tell your stories. If you have a tragic story, people want to hear it. I tried writing a story with somebody, with the person. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I thought, his or her story, know, her story would make a great story, and her life story would make a great story, and you know, um, how should I say it? It didn't really work out. But what I'm saying is that, like, there's some people who want to hear your stories, who may inspire or may help other people, guys. You don't know who yours, and I've said this before. You don't know whose story is helping who. So if you have a tragic story, I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's not kappa. It's not. In fact, it's actually good that you're taking some, because this is what artists do, guys. This is what this guy did. He had a tragic story, and he didn't exploit his girlfriend. He told a amazing story, you know, in her name. It's about all you can do. That's what the Crow is really about. It's about remembering the people we've lost, that even though we lose them, or however we lose them, if they're gone from our lives, they're never really gone as long as we keep remembering, as long as we keep loving them, you know? That's just something to hang on to, guys. It's there's so much stuff going on in the world, and my dad's always telling me this, there's always too much going on in the world. The world needs more good stuff. If everyone was just a little bit nicer, a little bit, just add little blobs of ink in the hair, guys, and then you can kind of bring it along. I know hair is very difficult, guys. You just gotta practice a little, you know. In fact, this character is like one of the most perfect, since I mostly do black and white, guys. That's kind of my skill set. I've been inking for quite some time. Trying to, because it's hard when you only have two colors, guys, and even then technically only one color. So you have to make it all kind of count, because it's really hard to get lost in the details and things like that. Because then sometimes black and white doesn't always you know. And this comic is not just in black and white, guys. It's just the character, his face is white. Eric Draven paints his face white, and then he puts the lipstick on for the mask, because I guess that's the mask that was on his apartment. But I like stories like this, guys. I mean, it just kind of it's funny, because I'm not like I mean, I'm not, don't worry, guys. I had a very happy childhood, but like you know, I mean, life is just this story is just how sometimes life can just kick you in the ass, arse. Pardon me. Ah, man, it's tough, out there, and I like stories like this. Yeah, a little bit of texture. I don't like that too much, because of his face. Just so like he is this little. Remember, guys, any makeup on anyone's face, like the Joker or anything like this, is always contoured to the face, guys. So if she has cheekbones, you know, make sure the makeup aligns with that. And remember, guys, inking is not just about, like, the thing is, guys, like, if you know how to texture, see, Jason Lee, Jim Lee is really good at texturing, where he can do a little light like this, little light shading. Um, but mainly it's the color where you want to focus on that. I'm just doing a little, but if you go back and watch Jim Lee's work, because ink is is meant to be just the color that kind of straightforward. So anything up close is going to be ink, like just pure black ink, any ink, and that's why we have cross hatching like this, guys, to kind of add shading. But it really, if you're going to color it, there's really no point on a lot of it because you won't see it anyway when you color it. So um, that's what I'm kind of doing here, a little cross hatching act. Yeah, that's what sucks about being an inker, guys, is that, you don't really see a lot of your work. It gets covered up by the colorist, makes sure that, a little bit more here. And the jacket, we could just, fill it in. As far as the hair, guys, don't worry about the hair. You can just kind of fill it in. You can just leave it white. I'm just going to leave it white. That way you can see the hair. He's wearing a leather jacket, a little raincoat. So you can leave it like a lot of whites. Remember, guys, because leather has a lot of like shiny areas, so you don't have to fully color it in. So kind of like we can kind of leave it a little kind of like a Ghost Rider's jacket. If you ever notice, it's never pure black, guys, because you never want to go full black unless you really know what you're doing. You just gotta practice and kind of know when the colors. Got a little. Let's see. That's some shadows. Oops, sorry. I know I get a headache from that too. I love dark stories like this, guys. Punisher, tragic stories, because to me it makes for a better hero. Because, you know, I'm sorry to say, I'm not really of a Golden Boy super. I was never really a Superman fan. I never even saw the movies. Can you believe, guys? I still haven't seen all the Superman movies. Like, I'm familiar with them, but I've never seen like the Christopher Reeves. I know, but I liked X. I only liked X Men. I'm not a big X Men fan, but I just like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Um, but I liked Punisher when that came out. I was like crying. I couldn't believe that story. I mean, I knew the Punisher story before that, but whew, if you guys watched the Thomas Jane version, oh my god, no. Yeah, and then I love Ray Stevenson. May he rest in peace. Yeah, guys, just kind of scribble in. Clothes don't have to be perfect, especially whoops, especially with go away. Stage real quick, guys, because on his shoulder. Oh, let me draw his eyes. See, I'm trying to keep these videos down to a half hour, guys. So I love the joke he tells. Jesus Christ walks into a hotel. Hands in, keeper, 3 nails. Put me up for that. Stop me if you. Sorry, guys, that's a great line. Here, always had a little string because hair is always never very straight, guys. Especially wavy hair, so always have a little. Nice and messy, especially with this hair, because Brandon Lee's hair is like, oop, actually coming out pretty cool. I actually like the pose. Me here, a little bit. Remember, guys, I've shown these before about black and white. You can add. We're gonna do the lips, and then I'll add some shine to the eyes. Do a little. Do. Time for the eyeball. What do they call that thing anyway? Ah, man. See? Not too bad. And then we can switch back to blue. Copics. I'm just gonna fix the lips a little. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the. I'm sorry, guys. I want to go for extra credit here. Let's see if we can find. Let's see this. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a row in here. I got time. Let's just add a little bit of a. I'm telling you, I'm definitely gonna catch hell for this if I don't get this right, guys. Because Brandon Lee, you know, like I said, I don't know how to feel about this movie. The upcoming. Hold on, ones. Guys need a. That's a good one. Get a little crow in here, guys. What would the crow be without his crow? I'm gonna draw a quick and I love the guitar riff from the movie. Hmm. Maybe we can't add a crow after all. I don't know if I can move this over. I tell you what, let's just I don't have time for this, guys. I really want to keep this down to a half hour. Let's just do this symbol. If you ever can't ever think of anything to add, guys, just add like the, something to the background a little. Just add a little tell you what, let's draw. Oops. I'm gonna give a little rain effect anyway. I'll tell you what. Let's just draw. Oop. We'll do a little. Let's do another layer. That way I can just add a little bit. Kind of want to do like a full piece, guys, because this I need to give. Yeah, it's okay if it leaks on, so we can always read. It's on another layer, so. And I remember when he lights the crow symbol on fire. It's kind of. It won't take long for the rain, so I'll show you just simply drawing the rain. I don't know what you guys. Ah, man. Hmm. No, I don't think we need it. Let's just, guys, it's not really working for me. That's all right. Let's just get some rain in here. So just turn on its side and just go to town, guys. Just like see what you can kind of, yeah. And then just for rain, just kind of space it out because you don't want to draw it too well. There we go. Kind of keep your arm straight a little. Can't rain all the time. And I'll show you guys to draw a little bit of splatter effects. I like to add a little bit of rain. Always keep it a little separate because rain is never. Just keep it a little bit more. And if you want to add a little bit more, add a little. Just for. just because the rain is hitting his head. So you wouldn't really have to, because the rain wouldn't be really hitting his body right here, just in open areas. But you have to, oops. Sorry guys, I couldn't get the crow in for you. Just, the way that the piece was working, it wouldn't really make sense, you know? So. But it's a crow, nothing, not like even like a big crow, it's just a crow, you know what I mean? Okay. There he is. Not too bad. Okay, cool. Sign this bad boy. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, I hope you guys like the video. Share it. Tell the world about it. Let's help grow the channel. And I appreciate any you guys just watching, guys. And thanks for listening to my stories. And I hope you guys have a good night, good week. And I'll see you next week. And there's more to come. So have a good night. Like and subscribe. Share the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night. Peace.